Hello, everyone. This is Duran's Healing, and welcome to tonight's Healing Circle. For those of you who are new here, welcome to my channel, where I provide weekly energetic updates for the collective. And as I begin to blaze this fire tonight, gather around. And please be sure to contribute your very positive and powerful energy, whether it be a like, a share, subscribe, or comment below to let me know how these messages are showing up in your world. And with that being said, I would like to share as I was preparing for tonight's healing circle, my light kept going out. It caused a little bit of frustration trying to get everything set up. But there was frustration with the light. Some of you may be dealing with this very same thing. The light of your experience, the light within you. And I would like to dive into the stones to see what this energy is about. And with that being said, let's get right into the messages. And the message that's speaking the loudest, your spirit guides or your ancestor team or your higher team is bringing attention to a very important matter, because that stone is next to the obstacle stone in your path of clarity. Some of you may be feeling alone. Some of you may be feeling isolated or invisible at this time. The clarity in which you seek, it seems to me, has to do with pushback. Pushback against a certain type of obstacles or challenges that are presented in your world at this time. But what I would like to offer up is a different perspective here on this matter. And it being that you feel what you're called for. And if you look at this pushback as a test to validate or verify your commitment to your path, you're unable to go through life without verifying who you are. And though you have been called as a healer and taking on this path, it comes with quite a bit of challenges. And I can see that presented here for you. Many challenges that you face. One of them being surrounding community. Not quite finding the right place to fit in. Or it could be you constantly feeling like you're not accepted. Or the third thing that I'm seeing is that the heaviness of the experience with your community is creating quite a deal of turbulence for you at this time. Yeah, that's what I'm seeing here. And it's quite unique because of the way the doll that represents you is facing. What I'm seeing here is a pause or a stop sign, meaning that you may be trying to take a break or trying to put up boundaries up against the energies that you are feeling as you ground yourself, integrate yourself, or commune with the people in your community. Yeah, I can see that there is a degree of heaviness surrounding some of you. Yeah, the issues that are permeating the community are impacting you energetically. And you're feeling the weight of it, causing you to question why you're doing what you're doing, causing you to question if you have the capacity to handle all of these type of energies and the heaviness of the weight that the community you're attached to comes with. On one end, I can see that you've made it out of the gauntlet. You made it out of the mud. You made it out of this dirt or this heavy energy. And you deserve an award for that. But it seems as if your award is more challenges. When will it end is what I'm hearing some of you say. And at this time, you're feeling all of this, all of the weight of it, causing you to take a pause, causing you to step back and reflect on your experience. Oh, what I'm hearing is survivor's guilt. You've made choices and decisions to invest in yourself, to ground yourself in stability, in security, in peace. But being called as a healer puts you back on the job, puts you back on the clock. And you might not be ready to clock in. Because the positioning of this doll at your head is the genie ring, something that symbolizes an otherworldly energy. It may be what you're focused on, the other world, the spiritualness that brings your mind solace. This is what has given you the fortitude to move beyond the gauntlet, to move beyond these hurdles and trials and tribulations, to ground yourself in a much more fruitful path, on a much more healthier path for yourself. And as you feel the brunt of it, the weight of it on the back end, at your feet, you're keeping your head above the waters. You're keeping your head above the soil so that you can breathe, so that you can remember what has kept you going, what has kept you safe mentally, to be able to move down your path, to move you further along your journey. And what you've come to understand is that you're realizing your world has turned upside down. In quite many ways is what I'm seeing here. Is one, being in connection with the community, because being that you've come from a certain environment, a certain energetic threshold to new heights, you're realizing what you have done to make it through. If you articulate this to the very people that are in or still in where you've come from, that perspective seems upside down. They don't quite register or understand the articulation of that experience. Because it has to do with you taking a spiritual path. You didn't go through it in a mundane way. You went in an alternative way that was more conducive to the type of energy that you've carried. And the second way that I'm seeing this upside downness of your experience has to do with the healing of it all. You being healed in the way that you are, it still strikes you as a bit confusing. Having a hard time articulating this, but know that it comes with a degree of understanding one must have in terms of spiritual awareness. Even in all that you know, you still have a tough time articulating this. But it grants you a certain level of wisdom and insight that no one understands or no one has ever heard before, because the pureness of your energy And the history of your story is moving in a way like a unique current that doesn't have a name to it, that doesn't have a flow to it, that people can identify. But it doesn't strip you of the knowledge. It doesn't strip you of the information of what you saw, of what you endured, granting you the ability to understand how human spirit works, how phenomenons work. And I'm using phenomenon in this way because I can see the path that you're on. And it's quite phenomenal at what you have curated for yourself. At the level in the doorways that you have opened by way of your spiritual intellect, your spiritual paralysis. It's quite unique. It's quite impressive to see. But your spiritual journey has afforded you this. But this pause or this reflection that you're in at this time is one also due to the spiritualness as I spoke to, but it's also speaking to the constant transformation that you have endured by being on this earth, constantly transforming and evolving. A very admirable story of evolution is what I'm seeing here. And the alignment, I'm about to go there. Okay, I'm going there. And the alignment, what I'm seeing here goes even deeper, goes cross-dimensionally. That's why I'm giving you so many praises or so many encouraging words at this time, because I can see the depths that you have gone through and the terrains that you have entered, and the reason why you've aligned in these quite unique experiences in the way that you have hopscotching your way deep and down the dimensional portals that you have entered. You were guided by your bones. You were guided by something otherworldly that your bones picked up on. You could not have denied it, even if you wanted to. And some of you did deny it. But you retracted your statement. You retracted it because you found clarity. You saw the light in your experience after you've gone through certain things, nurturing you in a way that your mother and your father couldn't nurture you. This is an otherworldly nurturance of the quintessential power of your essence. It's like the other world aligned with your frequency. This was done by your dreams. This was done through your visions, your insight, and your awareness. This subtle information that you were able to pick up on through your psyche. Sometimes you are still flabbergasted by some of the things that have connected you with certain people in certain places, bringing light to your journey in ways that no one could have done. You knew it was something otherworldly because you were guided by this light, ascending you, rising you above the current paradigm that you live in, igniting and activating this wild side of you that the current paradigm often castrated. But you found a home here. Very profound. You may have found it in books. You may have found it reading. You may have found it studying esoteric things. Understanding and studying science in a different way. knowing that this has excited your spirit. This is what's fueling you, and this is what's powering you up in a different way, causing the change and radical changes in your world. And what I will do at this time, I would like to see what are these changes that the collective are or have experienced that's in the mix of them pausing. Give me 1 second. I'm going to pull some cards to see what these changes that you guys are undergoing or have been undergoing. The cards that came out were decoding ancient wisdom, sadness, and spiritual progression. Yeah. The changes in your world has to do with your spiritual progression. You may not have accounted for the fact that your knowledge and the work that you have done on yourself, whether you've did a lot of self-help, you've worked through a lot of your trauma, you've invested in becoming a better person for yourself because you wanted something more. You felt guided to do something higher. You wanted to break the cycle that you were in because that heavy and dense energy that you came from wasn't conducive to you. It was harmful to you. It was heavy on you. And you've internalized it, and you found a way to stop internalizing it and turning that energy inward on yourself. Instead, you pushed it out and allowed that energy to guide you. And what you have found was that you've found yourself decoding ancient wisdom. Because a part of ancient philosophy is rooted in knowing thyself. Knowing who you are at your core. And doing the heavy duty work to peel back the layers to get to that innermost frequency. And as you find yourself peeling back the layers, shedding the skin, it comes with a degree of hurt, a sadness in your journey, survivor's guilt, saddened at the fact that you no longer can identify who you were before. But what's counter to that is the joy that you finally got to blossom into the beautiful butterfly that was tucked away in the cocoon. Period. Wow, you guys are so bright and brilliant and powerful. Such a positive testimony that I can see that some of you are in. But you're working through the challenges of connecting with your community is what I'm seeing here. Because there are people that are still in the mud of reductionism in which you've came from. But the fact that your power is in the community, that is where you belong. I'm sorry, your higher energy is still wanting to say more. Your spirit guides are kicking back in to say that your gift is in community. They're saying, give me 1 second, I'm picking up a download. Push back against the pushback. This is about commitment. How much are you committed to deploying your gift, deploying your creativity, deploying your power out into the world, regardless of the turbulence that you experience? Which one is going to reign supreme? That's what I'm hearing. And if you're still here with me tonight, I'm going to try to get off this spread even though they're trying to pull me back in. Thank you all for being here with me tonight. And if you're still here with me in tonight's blazing healing circle, please be sure to like, share, subscribe, or comment below to let me know if this message is resonating or how it is showing up in your world. And what I will do at this time, I would like to pull some cards to see what other messages the higher energy would like for me to share with the collective at this time. Okay, and it came out in a different way. The cards that came out were starting from scratch, create silence, and ancient wisdom. Oh my gosh, ancient wisdom. This is the second time I'm seeing this or hearing this. It's a decoding ancient wisdom the first time and ancient wisdom again. There's something ancient about your energy. There is something ancient in the DNA of your makeup. Ancient knowledge, ancient wisdom. And the reason why it's coming out over and over again is because it cannot be ignored. As much as you want to turn your back, push it down, the otherworldliness will not be silenced. It is more important that you create the silence so that this ancient wisdom that is buried deep in your bones have the space to come out and express itself through you. The purity of this energy is within you, radiating within you, vibrating through your energy, and it will not be silenced. And a part of you taking on this task also comes with creating the space for this energy to express itself as it is. The same way you nurture a child, the same way you create a space for a child to be themselves safely, securely, in the most purest way. You must do the same thing for yourself. Blocking off the nonsense when it becomes too heavy. But also know that this energy requires you to get rid of outdated thinkings, outdated habits that you have been conditioned due to your environment. Now that you're in a whole new space, in a whole new territory, you must make a new paradigm for yourself so that this wisdom or this new version of you can come out. Then you will have the courage to be able to handle the energies that are coming against you. And the heavy energy that the community that you are attached to comes with. And it's important that you do this because you exist in power. This energy must show up very powerfully. You cannot contain ancient wisdom and be very docile and think you're about to escape through life in a very a small way. This energy is very big. And the leadership role that you have in the community is for you to step forth in. You have to get beyond the hurdles and the obstacles. I know the energy is heavy, but the deployment of your gift requires you to do so. If not, you will become a shell of yourself, holding in all of these powerful energies, psyching you out. That's no way to live. That's no way to be, because you're so much bigger than that. Period. Woo! I am feeling the heat. All right, you guys. That's my cue when the water starts coming down. It's time for me to get out of here. Picked up way too many powerful energies, and I'm delighted to do so on your behalf. All right, you guys, that's my cue to close out this energetic spread. Thank you all for contributing your very powerful energy. What I will do is close out tonight's healing circle, and I will see you all at the next.